Bro. Hi. Welcome once again to Throw Up Thursday. I'm Dr. JJ Kelly, the punk rock doc. You are welcome to join us here, barf your problems, and leave feeling better. Hi, Megan. Hey, there's Olivia. She will be joining us. View request. Hi, Allie. Okay.
Try and say hi to people, but without disrupting my flow during the question.
Hello.
Hi, Olivia.
Hi.
Oh, shoot, you're coming through the speaker. Hang on.
I was like, it sounds a little like
I
I'm
was
underwater.
listening to Sir Duke.
Oh, I can't hear.
There we go. I was
Okay.
listening to Sir Duke by Stevie Wonder, which is my favorite Stevie Wonder song beforehand. So, all right. So we're here. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I voted.
You voted. I sent my ballot in today too and took a picture. Oh my God, I didn't post it. Ah! Congratulations. Good for you.
Yeah. My ballot never arrived, so I had to go vote in person.
Drag.
But it was exciting because I've never gotten to vote in person for a presidential debate or a presidential election.
Oh, wow.
So it was kind of preferred.
This is the one, huh? Oh my God, you got, look at these, Allie and Megan.
They're trying to suppress our
Voting.
vote.
Yes.
They know what the doc vote is for, and they don't want it.
We don't even have to go there. Just vote, people. Just vote. So, welcome, everybody. Welcome, Olivia. It's always nice to see you.
Good to see you.
And do we have questions from audience today, Olivia?
We do have some questions from some people who are here.
Oh, sweet. Are they specific, Olivia?
Yes, they are specific.
Lovely.
Okay.
All right. Oh, my God. Vince, hi. Oh, yay.
Okay. So I'll start with this one. The sound is weird. Are you hearing that?
Yes, I am.
Cool. Anyways, so this first question comes from Allie.
Okay.
And it is, I have a few neighbors that are regularly in violent, yelling, and verbally abusive combos with their partners.
Ooh.
I send love and healing their way, but would like to ask for more tips on detaching from my neighbor's suffering.
Oh my gosh. I actually, living in a duplex, I have that. Actually, we share the roof deck too. But I have that going on as well. And there's like scream crying that goes on, like I told you, like with the full moon and stuff. But it's even more, I'll read in bed in the morning and then I've got them fighting and whatever. So I feel you, Allie. It sucks. And it is hard to keep other people's negativity off of you, especially in your home. I turn on punk music very loudly. It is in an effort to both drown them out and maybe they will catch on that I'm hearing their shit and maybe they don't want me to be hearing their fighting. Like, it's very weird. Earplugs, leaving the house. I mean, these are not great answers, by the way. I would love to be saying something else. It's just we don't. Oh my God.
I gasped as if you actually just fell and hurt yourself.
I know. Me too. Oh my God. Is she hurt? Okay. No. Okay. So, what was I saying? Oh, we can't control other people. So the best we can do is keep their shit off of us, and letting go, but how do you do that when their shit is getting in you and it can affect your mood? It's like anything else. It's extra shitty for sure, but it's like everything else that we learn in unorthodox is that we are responsible for our emotional triggers, reactions to things, activation, and so we are responsible for managing it. And so that's a water off a duck's ass situation, however you do that for you. Leaving is not always the easiest thing to do, and sometimes we get pissy about, they're making me leave. The one concrete thing that I think is probably the best thing I can say about this is that don't go down the rabbit hole of they're making me. They're making me feel. They're making me leave. No, nobody's making you do shit. And guaranteed the neighbors are much more miserable than you are. And so, yeah, empathy. I love the sending love through the wall that you said. Oh, and see, Allie's a better person than I am because she just turns on sappy love music to try and help. And I'm sitting there being like, institutionalized. No, well, that's crazy. You know, like, so lovely, Allie. I mean, once again, as per the docs of Unorthodox, you guys are at a place where you answer your own questions beautifully. Oh, and now she's looking for a. Well, I'm sure them hearing you hit the heavy bag is way less oppressive than they're fighting. However, that is a great, like, let it go. Let it go. They're having a way worse day than you. And, you know, headphones work. And it's a finite amount of time. This too shall pass. It's not like they're screaming all day long. So I am not 100% pleased with that answer, as I am not with my own answers when my own neighbors do that. It's a shit situation. And I think sometimes a situation is shitty enough where the best we can do is not make it worse. That's the pain versus suffering thing. Now, isn't this a friend of yours?
Yeah. Hey, Jess. How you doing?
Okay. All right. Hi, Jess. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, do you have anything you want to add to that, Olivia?
Yeah, I've had that before in Vancouver. I had some neighbors that would yell and it would get violent sometimes, which was really heavy to be around. Something that helped me was like showers.
Oh, like it.
It's because you're getting it off of you, and like if you're gonna be in, you have to hear it when you're in the shower. You can't hear it anymore.
Yeah.
And then just visualize that stink and that, like, it's scary too. So it's kind of like a self-love, like taking a nice hot shower, washing your hair. You're showing compassion to yourself because it is stressing to hear violence.
Yes. And if you are going to choose the route of talking to the neighbors directly about it, that is definitely a strike while the iron is cold situation because we don't want anybody getting hurt. So.
Oh, hey, Thomas.
Okay. Hey, Thomas is here. Okay, so now, Olivia, you censor what you say. I'm kidding. Okay, what else we got?
Okay, so I have one from Mal.
Oh, great. Hi,
and
Mal.
After, well, she's not here.
I know, but I'm still saying hi to her. I miss her.
And so this may or may not be from her. She hashtagged asking for a friend, but I don't know if she was kidding.
That's just her being funny. Okay. Oh, look at the doctor saying hi to Thomas. Oh, that's so
cute.
Sweet. Thomas has to come to Feels on Wheels.
Yeah, he does when he's back.
Okay.
Okay, so the question is, what are some recommendations with accepting sadness in the moment instead of getting anxious about being sad? Especially if it's sadness about quarantine, isolation, and not being able to see loved ones.
Yeah. Well, I think that number one, of course, validate the sadness. We have to validate our emotional experience. Even if we're going to choose to let it go, we have to first validate, meaning we just name, I feel sad. I think that there are a lot of emotional combos going on right now for everybody. I think that most people don't validate their emotional experience, name their emotions, period. However, if they do, they seem to be having a preferred emotion as the primary thing that they are feeling. Meaning, sadness might be the more obvious one or maybe the more preferred one. And so I would look for other emotions. Sometimes we might go to sad when we're actually pissed. Sometimes we might go to sad when we are scared. So if it's any emotion that is perpetuating in intensity and longevity and frequency, I would check out whether there are other emotions loading into the one that you're able to identify. Because you might be missing an opportunity to validate a combo, a complicated combo, and therefore you might have trouble bringing it down and regulating that emotion of sadness. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking anger is what I was thinking. I think with COVID stuff especially, there's like a lot of SMAD going on where you're like sad and angry because there's grief in it as well.
Hi,
And
Scotty.
so you think that something's been taken away from you.
Yep.
You're missing spending time with your loved ones, so you're mad that you're not getting time with them.
Yeah.
You're sad because you miss them. There's grief in there too, and grief is its own fucking wheelhouse. Like, I mean, all of our lives have changed at this point forever. I mean, it's never going to go back to the way it was. And that's
in a way, but
you know, and
some
there's
parts.
good things about that. Grief isn't always all bad, but I think taking care of ourselves in the same way we would if we were grieving any other loss is important.
Yeah, and fear repeats as well. The unknown. There's a lot of unknown going on here. I think that fear is probably the main emotion people are feeling, and then it starts to load into other stuff. But I think that your point about grief is a proper one. Thanks, Mal.
Thanks, Mal.
Okay. Oh, wait. We have a question. I want to be able to do this. Okay, this is Jess. How to develop trust in men when the same sort of patterns of mistreatment and emotional unavailability is always something. See, I can't read that whole thing.
Oh, I can see. Okay, I can see part of it.
Same. I don't know. Does it cut them off?
I think it might cut them off, but that's a good question.
Okay, I can't get out of this now. Wonderful. Great. I can't see. It says I want to comment, but I don't want to comment.
Jess, can you put the second half of the question in the chat?
Please, because that sounds like it's going somewhere. First of all, my general answer to that is you don't. Okay, how can I tell the difference between radical acceptance and counter? Oh, that's me. Okay, so first of all, can you read Jess's first half again?
Yeah.
Okay.
How to develop trust in men when the same sort of patterns of mistreatment and emotional unavailability is always.
Yeah. Well, move on. What I mean, you can't distrust a whole group of people because of a couple people's way of behaving. So I know that Jess already knows that. However, I want to pull it away from like all men are trash kind of shit, because it's absolutely not true. And also, I hate to go paging Dr. Freud on this. However, I would look at patterned stuff with parents. It sounds like there might be a selection issue, more like every man I've ever. Well, what's the common denominator there, Jess? I mean, you want some actual straight up Dr. Kelly stuff? It's brave, because this is what the motherfuckers get when they're dealing with me. Is who's the common denominator? Oftentimes, our selection process is what's off. We go to what we know, whether that's healthy or not. And mindfulness and some of the skills that we teach, I mean, all of the skills that we teach in DBT it makes us alert to our own patterns and the fucked up ones too. And if you can be honest with yourself about what your responsibility is in the repetition of dynamics interpersonally, if you can be brave and ask yourself, what am I contributing to this repetitive pattern in my, I'm assuming, romantic relationships, then you can start to get to the heart of the matter and like, why don't I just leave immediately? Not even in romantic, not even with men. What am I willing to tolerate? Why am I tolerating this? What are deal breakers for me? Do I have a right? Do I think I have a right to deal breakers? Yes, by the way, is the answer to that, of course. However, what are they? And whether it be friend or romantic or genderless, it doesn't matter. We interact with people. We want them to elevate our experience of life. So if you're hanging out with an asshole, ask yourself why you hang out with assholes. There's that thing that Sam said I do at the end of my sentences.
Dr. J.J. Kelly.
Oh my gosh. I hope you know that's a loving challenge, and I'm not just trying to face mush you on that one, Jess. I appreciate the courage it took to ask that. So I'm open to any follow-up by Jess. Let's go to Megan's.
Okay. So it's how to tell the difference between radical acceptance and counterphobia.
Ooh, I'm going to need fucking more information there. But because I know Megan, I would like to know if this is about like COVID and germs. Okay, let's first define for people who aren't DBT grads. Radical acceptance is an ability to accept reality for what it is. That does not mean you have to like it. In fact, you can even hate it. Yeah, she's saying UCSF. That's what I figured. Okay, so you can even hate the situation. You just want to not should it. I have to accept the situation, the reality for what it is before I can make choices about change or just accepting. Counterphobia is kind of an old-fashioned psych term, which means that you don't do fear. An example is a lot of people when they're rookies in psych, I definitely did this. I was with somebody really scary in a room. We didn't have any panic buttons because it was kind of a bougie practice. And this guy had paranoid schizophrenia, and those are the kinds of people that like kill shrinks in the room. Like they can be, and he said really scary stuff. And I remember taking it to a case study or a case conference with other interns at the time and saying, I find myself watching the clock a lot when I'm in session with this guy, which is not me at all. I'm like in it. I don't even like having to keep time because I like to be really active with it. But I said this, and the veteran psychiatrist that was running it said, well, are you scared of him? And I was like, no. And what does that have to do with watching the clock? Like greenhorn over here. No,
I'm not scared of anything.
Right. Totally. I'm a Kelly, goddammit. Yeah. So I couldn't understand at that time what an obvious question that was. Of course I know now. However, I was wanting to get the hell out of there. And because I was in that role, like Megan is in a clinical role at UCSF. You are in charge. You're meant to be the clinician. And it is really rough, particularly in the medical field. They teach you to not have any emotions about it and just do the thing. And sometimes that is required. And it can train you to not even recognize your own experience of fear. Hey, Mel. So here's what I think. And Megan will talk more about this on our call because it's important because, you could get really hurt in that situation too, ignoring fear. So the quick and dirty answer is trust your gut. If you are so emotionally dysregulated that your gut cannot be found, your wise mind, because you're so off of your own baseline that you have a hard time making an objective judgment about the situation, take a minute. 3 deep abdominal breaths just to bring what might be fear down. It's okay to feel fear even when you're the clinician. In fact, it is yet another signal. Your body is signaling something to you. I appreciate the question because with COVID and in hospital situations, my God, the fear is so out of control and everybody's just amped up. So, safety, you have a safety protocol, follow it. Ask yourself if you are emotionally dysregulated because you can't judge whether it's radical acceptance or counterphobia if you are not in your wise mind. That is a complicated question, and I know that Megan has more detail that I want to know in that in order to get into it even more. But I think just for folks that aren't in or unorthodox, just defining radical acceptance and counterphobia is probably a decent start. Thanks, Megan. Okay. What do we got? Mal missed her.
I know.
Missed your
Mal
question, Mal. Damn it. Okay. What else we got, kiddo?
I got one.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one that I thought I forgot, and then I remembered.
Oh, yes. I love that.
So I've been noticing that my attention span is like super divided lately, especially worse during COVID. And I've gotten in the habit of just like doing everything at the same time constantly. What are some steps that I can do to like focus on breaking the habit to get more mindful about what I'm doing?
Great question. Give me an example.
When I'm like watching a TV show, I'm like also looking at my phone and having a hard time watching something that's long without like doing something else, either like with my hands or.
Yeah, I think that is really common right now. And that's not your usual, right?
No, usually I can like watch something and not have to also fiddle on my phone.
Yeah, I really think because we're this close to the election too, that it really is distinctly amping up right now.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, I'm gonna do the fucking annoying drink. What do you think is an answer to this? Just give me something short, just your instinct.
Something to help break the habit.
Yeah, what's an answer to your question?
Just to remove myself from my phone.
Yes. Throw the phone. Remember, Allie was like, "I'm fine myself." Like,
just yeah, I said that.
Oh, was that you?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Actually, that was me.
I beg your pardon. So the phone, I think, is a situation right now, whether it be scrolling in bed, doom scrolling, looking at the phone while watching a show. Get rid of the phone, people. You have to take breaks right now, or you will just full on addict and mainline the phone.
Yeah.
Please take deliberate breaks from the phone. If it's not like you schedule it every day, which I suggest, then in whatever activity you're in, like if you're sitting down to watch something and I assume too, you've been doing it in order to just like mind candy. Like
it's like I don't want to be alone with my thoughts for even a second. So I will just like whatever shiny distraction, even if it's just like picking at my nails, it's like I have to do something. It's definitely anxiety.
I am going to choke you out. You have the skills. Here's the thing. Okay, I'm surprised you even had the guts to say to me live, I don't want, what did you say? I don't want to think anything I'm thinking. What did you say?
I don't want to be alone with my thoughts for even a second. I mean, that's a little bit of an exaggeration. I think that's where the addicty pull is coming from.
Yes.
I am spending time with my thoughts alone, but.
So, instead of trying to escape your thoughts, we want to use our mindfulness skills to discipline yourself to notice that you're thinking all these things or want to get away from your thoughts, and then figure out what feeling is generating that, and then apply your skills to the feeling and problem solve. Here's Allie with some problem solving. Of course, meditate. You didn't learn when we learned. Also want to choke you for that. However, I told you that. I know. I told you that Matthew is back to doing the teaching, and you guys get a discount, the student discount. So Yes, meditation is a way of disciplining one's mind. You can also just notice when you're spinning and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? And name the feeling. That act of validating your emotional experience, will bring you a little closer to baseline, which is what we want. And then you can apply taking a walk. I think people are not exercising right now. I think it was like we had this heat wave or whatever. And so everybody was like, oh, I can't exercise. And now it's not that hot. So why didn't we go back to exercising? That is happening right now. And if you don't know a specific kind of meditation, it doesn't fucking matter. Listen to Liz Gilbert's thing on Insight Timer about fear. So great. Listen to the 2-minute fuck that meditation on YouTube. That one's fun. I can't believe I haven't made up my own one yet. That is insane. We got to do that immediately.
Absolutely.
But whatever things that you normally do to regulate your fear, just do more of that.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody trying to escape their thoughts through the phone is such a fucking band-aid that will not work long term. It's like losing its effect short term because it's so overused right now. I really appreciate you lying on the tracks and letting me answer that question, because so many people are doing that right now.
Yeah.
And they don't have to take the verbal lashing.
I'll do it. I do love to martyr myself, so you're welcome.
Yes, that is in your wheelhouse as well. What does Mal say there?
Fuck that is my go-to.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so awesome. I just did that with a kid the other day.
I think we did that once.
Oh, yeah.
In the living room.
I love that one. It goes a little fast for me, and if I were more tech savvy, I would slow it down. Like Jolene. Have you heard Jolene slowed down?
No.
Dolly Parton song. It's amazing. Okay, but Mal said something before that. I've been finding that
if I make myself go for a walk without my phone for an hour, it really helps.
Oh my God, I love that. I love that.
That gives me anxiety, which I think means that it's something that I should try.
Absolutely. It means that it's in the addict camp.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to. And even people, when they're in the house and put their phone in another room, are having anxiety about that. That means it's an addict camp. Please enjoy the withdrawal. Because and I do mean that, because it will be painful at first. However, you will then feel proud of yourself that you kicked that level of addiction to phones. We're all addicted, okay? Again, it's on a spectrum. So please take breaks from the phone. I can't remember the last time I went to the bathroom without checking. Dude, Sam can relate to that. All we do is make fun of Sam for that. Yeah, go to or make it that the bathroom is the only place you allow yourself to check instantly. But yes, watching a show is supposed to. Please watch shows that make you feel better, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of doom and shit, and a lot of shit because they're not making movies right now. So, it's hard.
I don't need to watch something about what I'm currently living through.
No! Definitely
I get enough of it day to day. I'm good.
Definitely not. So yes, thank you for asking that question. Very brave of you. You got it.
I'll get my pinch tomorrow.
Yeah, totally. Dude, I'll be checking on that.
All the COVID shows. How did they come out so fast?
I don't know. Why are you making that crap?
Everything should be like fantasy. Like, I just want to watch people in a crowded bar just sit and like share drinks.
Dude, I want more Great British Bake Show, man. I need that. I did it again. Now I know it. I don't want to know it.
You should watch. There's a show that's like about like potters, and it's like Great British Pot Off or something. I don't know.
Like ceramics pot?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the same thing.
Say no more. I want to just watch people like decorate cakes.
Yeah.
Okay, you got anything else? We got time for one more.
Well, I thought that maybe since your book just came out
you're
on Amazon,
yes.
I would ask a question What's a gifted misfit?
Nice, Olivia. I haven't like the marketing genius that I am. No,
We know you're a big brander.
Yeah, right. What's more not punk than branding? But I think that I haven't worked up a definition, and I will. But gifted misfit, well, as we talk about, I work. All you guys have found me by some magic, I don't know, universal gift, and I just gravitate toward the sweet, super smart, creative types. Takes one to know one, right? So it's like like not fitting in high school, not fitting in, period. And it's like, taking that word back, having been called a freak or a weirdo or a misfit. That's why I insisted on them. I had to fight to keep the quotes on that title, because I wanted to indicate that that's what people have called us. We're not agreeing. We're just taking the word back. And I don't know where the inception of we all are supposed to be the same even came from. I think it's an insecurity response. And we're all fucking weirdos on the inside. Come on. And we all kind of know it. So why do we hide it? Wouldn't the world be just so much more interesting if we all just were the super freak that we are? And, you remember being like 11 or whatever and just doing weird shit with your friends and giggling during sleepovers and stuff like that? Like, those are the best moments where you like are gonna pee your pants if you keep laughing. Like, you beg the person to stop making the joke because it hurts and you're gonna pee your pants. Like, that is the best feeling. And if you have people in your life, by the way, that you can do that with, enjoy them. Contribute to your relationships with them, because that is so special. And it's so, oh my gosh, it just creates so much joy. That makes me want to say I love you, Sam. So it's a stress reliever. And it's, talk about radical acceptance. It's radical acceptance of self, to embrace the light and the dark, the professional and the weirdo. There aren't rules for these things. Society has said there aren't actual rules for this. And aren't you so much, Olivia, aren't you so much happier embracing the weirdo that you've always been? I mean, it's not fun I remember other jobs. I never had a job that was longer than a year and a half before this one. And I started late with this one. So I remember thinking, oh, I'm playing the role of ... And it felt so similar to the acting that I had done as a young person. I was still acting because I knew, God damn, if any of these corporate higher ups knew the shit I was actually thinking, I'd be fired on the spot. And every time I opened my mouth in a truthful way in the corporate and, in the academic setting, I would immediately be in trouble. I'm too fucking old to be in trouble. I just can't. No. And people trying to make you do shit at jobs, and it, especially when you're young, the 20s suck so bad with that. And so I just said, the book is about the book is about DBT basically, but it's about your guys' journey. I hate that word, but like going from learning emotional intelligence skills that align with your values. You behave according to your own values, not what a doctor tells you, your own values. And then when you fill yourself up with all of you, flaws and all, and you have learned how to like yourself and accept yourself and just like not hide, then something happens to you as an individual where your natural state of fullness becomes my heart overfloweth, my cup runneth over. And the natural state of liking yourself is wanting to give, wanting to teach others, wanting to be generous to others, wanting to give of yourself and contribute to humanity. I deeply believe that. And when everyone, not if, when everyone embraces their inner misfit, weirdo freak, that is going to be the state of the world. And all the isms are going to go away, and poverty's going to go away, and we're all going to love each other, and women are going to be in positions of power.
Beautiful. Amazing.
And scene.
That was great.
Now I have to take a nap.
Yeah. That was amazing, honestly.
That's my answer, though. You can tell that I really believe what I'm saying, right?
Absolutely.
What do you think it is?
I think it's us. I just think it's like, I thought there was a person behind you and it's like, oh, look out.
Speaking of anxiety being out of control.
I think the gifted misfit is like the inner child in all of us. That's how I imagine it. It's like, and when you learn how to love yourself and accept yourself for every weird, unique bit, how to like hold dear that kid and take care of that kid and like do what you like, take care of yourself in the way that the kid in you wants to be taken care of, and then take care of other people in that same way.
Yep. Love, play, joy, silliness. It's great for the soul. It's great for humanity. It's great for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot wait to do Feels on Wheels tomorrow because of it. You do the pitch. Feels on Wheels.
All right,
what is
so
that?
If you guys liked what you saw today and you're like, I need more in person without this weird clicking noise, come to, I don't know what's going on. Come to Feels on Wheels tomorrow at 63rd and College out in front of the Safeway. We'll be hanging out. May or may not have a bubble gun if we remember. There's going to be glitter.
I still have glitter in my hair from last week.
It's all over my head. The docs are going to be there. JJ's going to be there. It's going to be great.
Someone's going to bring a speaker so we can dance.
Well, Allie had it the whole time last time. But
Allie, you are in charge of the speaker. Yes, we sure have a good time. Yep.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of joy.
It sure is. Oh, thanks for posting that, Allie. Oh, well, this has been lovely. Thank you so much.
Great.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I can't wait to do this again next week.
Woo!
All right. Oh, that's funny. That's funny, Val. All right. Thank you so much, Olivia.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Take care.
you.
Bye.
Bye.